Today I'm going to film something that I have gotten quite a few requests to do, especially since I did a full face of Sephora's own makeup brand, like the Sephora brand, and that is a full face of Ulta's own beauty brand. So this is the Ulta Beauty collection. This is the Ulta Beauty collection, and I bought myself a bunch of different things, and I thought we would do a full face, just seeing how these things work out. I've been told by you that this is really nice, high quality products, as good as the Sephora, I think it's called Sephora Collection, if I'm not mistaken. So I will tell you why I picked the things that I picked. We're gonna try and do a really fun look, and we are gonna see if some things are better than others, or maybe some formulas are not as good as one would hope that they would be. But yeah, let's jump in. Let's zoom in actually so we can see what's going on. Okay, we are gonna start with the Complexion Crush Medium Coverage Foundation, and I have it in the shade Medium Neutral. I do have a little bit of a tan right now, so I do want this to match. Oh, this one has a foil on it. That's a little bit unusual. I want this to match my hands and my body, and not necessarily the shade of my face, because I most definitely am darker in other places than I am on my face right now. Also, I'm not going to be using a primer because I don't want this to be changed by a primer, so I'm not using anything on my face. Also, when this package came in, I mean, Ulta is not, their reputation is not, oh my god, we package our orders so well. I mean, we've all gotten an eyeshadow palette in a padded envelope. We've all gotten a lip liner in what seems to be a moving box. And when I got this order, I got it in a big box that literally looked like it's been ran over by a tank. I put it up on my stories, and I was like, I am afraid to open this box, because I was like, there is no way. There is no way that nothing is not broken in this box. But you know what? Nothing was. But I wonder what happened with that one. Because how did my box look like that? But also, it was a really big box for not that many. I mean, there's a lot of items, but they weren't like filling up the box. So they were just rattling around inside this box. And for some absolutely mystifying reason, I'm guessing divine intervention, none of them were broken. Okay, so I have it on half my face. They also have a foundation stick, and I chose this one over the foundation stick because the foundation stick was described as a natural dewy, and this one was described as a natural matte. And I have combo oily skin, so I would prefer something that's natural matte over natural dewy. So that's why I chose this one over the other one. I definitely think, is this a medium buildable? It says medium coverage. I do definitely think that I could probably build this up a little bit more. It had a little bit more of a thicker gel-like consistency, but it was kind of easy to blend in. And that looks pretty good. Hopefully it dries down and looks good over the day as well. I did buy the Complexion Crush Full Coverage Concealer. This one is really light. I got a light warm because I do like a lighter under eye compared to the rest of my face, but this is really light. Oh my god, I have one of my own hairs here. I'm going to the hairdresser tomorrow, and let me tell you, I really, 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 really need to get, I mean, it needs to be cut, it needs to be dyed, it needs to be saved. Literally, it needs an intervention at this point. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna do a little bit here because I do want to light up there. This is very, like, it has a very yellowy undertone, but it's not, almost like a peachy yellow undertone. I do like the undertone. I don't mind that it's a little bit yellowy. It felt very thick going on. You could see my reaction when I put it on. I was like, oh, that's why I'm going to use the sponge, because I want to make sure that it's not going on too thick, because I do have a lot of fine lines under my eyes, and thicker concealers do have a tendency of creasing on me. I'm 41 years old. I have a lot of fine lines under my eyes, and I do want to make sure that the sponge is sucking up. Like, sucking up? absorbing, wow, English, not my first language, absorbing some of the extra product because I don't want it to look too heavy under my eyes. It does look pretty good though. I think that's giving good enough coverage. I'm actually going to use my normal setting powder, which is from Glamlight, because I do have a finishing powder. But for me, a finishing powder is for finishing your look, and I use that over my face. But a finishing powder doesn't set down concealer for me, especially not a concealer that's this thick. So I'm not even going to try, because how I felt how the concealer, the consistency. So I'm gonna put this under my eyes and we'll use the finishing powder on the rest of the face at the end. I will say it does look really good with that powder. I mean, it is a good powder, and also that will make us be able to really give the concealer a verdict as well, because of course, if I use a new powder and new concealer and it doesn't work out, I won't really know which one was the culprit. But I do think that looks really good. I have a cream bronzer. This is the Oh My Glow. It's like this really, really cute one. And I got it in Toffee. I do think that this is either the lightest or the second lightest. They don't have a lot of shades when it comes to these products. This is probably the lightest one because this is pretty light. I probably was wondering if I was gonna get the lightest or the second lightest one, because I remember, because the second lightest one looked a little dark and I was like, oh, I don't know if I want that. Okay, the consistency is kind of greasy, and I think you can see here as well, it's kind of shiny. Oh gosh, that is very emollient. Okay, if you like a bronzer stick that is very emollient, I'm gonna be honest with you, that is greasy. You can even yeah, I don't know about this product. This product, I don't like the consistency. I might go in with a different powder on top, like a different powder bronzer, because not only is it very sheer, which could be good, but like that is like a lip balm. It has the consistency of a lip balm and it's lifting, and if you like something that has a super emollient, smeary balm texture, maybe. That, not for me. I'm gonna do my brows. I'm gonna fix the bronzer because what is going on? Okay, so I did set the bronzer down a little bit with this one. You can see I almost have nothing left of this one. This is the Private Island Powder Bronzer by Fenty. It's my favorite, but you can see it still didn't set it down. It still kind of ate the powder up, but that's not the end of the world because I have a finishing powder, and I also do have a mousse blush that I want to use. This is the Cloud Blush, and I have it in Hazy Broom. Is that, or maybe it's just Broom. Wait, no, it's hazy. Oh my god, why are there so many words? Make it make sense. This is a cream blurring blush. And I kind of want to... I think I'm going to use this little Sigma brush. And let's see if we can just... Ooh, what a nice color. And look at how nice consistency that is. So this is matte. And it's like a mousse. I'm wondering, I feel like it lifted a little bit, but it could also be that I've been trying to save already. So I put it on the brush now. Yeah, that might have been easier. I like putting blush all the way under the under part of my eye. I think that looks pretty good though. It's not super bright. You can see there's a little bit going on, but it's not like super, super bright. I'm sure I could, I'm using a little bit more. I'm sure I could build it up a little bit more though. What a fun formula. If you want to try a cream blush that is more like a moussey matte formula. I mean, I'm not always for a matte cheek and I am going to put a highlighter on, but I don't hate how that looks. It's pretty sheer as well, so keep that in mind too. But I don't hate it. It's almost setting down. the shininess that I had. I do think that that looks really good. I can see a little bit of patchiness, but that could quite honestly be from the bronzer, because I do really love the consistency of this blush, but I didn't love the consistency of that bronzer. I also have two other, so let's go in with the powder products, the powder products that I have. Okay, let's start out with the flushed blush. I did get it in hot coral. I don't know if I agree that this is hot coral. This is more like lukewarm coral, but sure. I am gonna use a cinch blush brush. This is what I use for a blush, at least. This is the, oh my god, is this even picking up? This is the F06. I don't know if it's like, I'm trying to pick it up, but is it giving something extra? Oh, there's a little sheen to it. Okay. I love that there's a little sheen to it. Wait, I'm on board. Okay, now I am on board. Okay, I don't think this is a hot coral. I think this is more like a pinky peach or like a demure coral. Like she's a little shy, a shy coral. But I love that it's a little sheen on this one. Like, look at that sheen. Okay, that's really nice. I wonder what other colors they have. I'm actually kind of impressed with that. We are gonna go in with the finishing powder. I got this one in medium neutral. And I am just gonna go in, I'm just brushing this a little bit. And just buffing over a little bit. I don't want to be buffing over the high points of my apples, but this part that was a little sharpy and a little tacky. Oh, and now it feels good. Okay. So yeah, this powder definitely did do something. I might add a little bit more of the blush on top because I didn't want to lose that. I do really like how that looks. And I have a highlighter too. This is in Rose Quartz. I don't think this one came in that many colors, but I feel like they had another highlighter formula too, if I'm not totally mistaken. So I'm gonna do a Cinch F07. This looks a little... No, actually that looks good, but it's very icy. I usually don't pick highlighters that are this like icy. I don't like an icy highlighter on me. So I would assume, based on that the picture online is not maybe super accurate to what you actually get. Because I usually don't pick a highlighter that is this icy. I don't love having like an icy cheek. I love a glowy cheek. I just don't like them to look that like icy cool toned. I'm putting a little bit of the blush on top. Yeah, I think that solved it actually. Okay, not bad. You know what? I have 2 lip formulas and 1 eyeshadow and an eyeliner. So I got a lip liner and a lip crayon, and I got a lipstick. And as you can see, the lip liner is the lightest of all of them. So I don't know what's going on there, but again, I didn't think the colors were that easy to choose from online. So this is, oh, now that color is a beautiful light beige lip liner. It's creamy, but it's not overly creamy. It almost reminds me a little bit of the Freck lip liners. So this is the automatic lip liner in beige. If you like a light lip liner, again, I was wearing a medium foundation today. This is really nice. Okay, I usually prefer a formula that you sharpen yourself, because I feel like those formulas are easy to work with. You usually get a lot more product as well, so it's more like bang for your buck. But I gotta say, that's a really nice one. Unfortunately, I think both the lip products are darker than this. So this is the lip crayon. Maybe not. Let's start with this one. This is the Velvet Matte Lip Crayon. And then we have the, I think it's a satin lipstick. You know what? I'm going to start with the satin lipstick because I want to have matte lips. don't come for me. So this one is in the shade 383. I have no idea what that's called. Sorry. Not overly smeary, not overly thick. This is a true satin. It's not a glossy lipstick. It doesn't have any smell to it. It's just a very, very faint scent of lipstick that I can't smell it here, but I can smell it here. I would say this is just a true classic satin formula. It's nice. This color is really nice too. If you're looking for something that is a satin and not too glossy, I feel like this one could be a really good one. But I really want to try the crayon. This is the Velvet Matte Lip Crayon in Sunstone. And I am living my best matte lip fantasy. I am so excited to see more matte formulas coming. Okay, let's dig into the crayon, because I'm so intrigued. Oh my god, I feel like that is just the perfect neutral, like very milky milk chocolate brown on me. I love that color. That is such a good color. So we'll see how that one wears. This is the one thing that I've heard nothing but good things about. Everybody is saying that the Ulta Beauty eyeshadow primer is great. I do think that they changed up the packaging and stuff a while ago. So this is the Matte Veil Long Wear Eye Primer. So I hope this is good. I hope I got the right one. I have no idea. We will see. So, okay. Oh, that's an interesting consistency. It reminds me a little bit of the Milani one. It reminds me a little bit of the About Face one. Interesting. I'm liking the color, that it's like a little bit see-through. It makes it not as stark if you want to get an eyeshadow primer that is not giving such a like stark impression on the eyes. I also got one of the duos. This is the Color Snack by Ulta Beauty. This is a duo, and this one is called Peach Mochi. Mochi. It's like the little Japanese snack. I think I got this one because I was like, this is something that I can actually see myself traveling with and enjoying. So that's why I got this color in specific. I'm gonna see if I can find a clean brush. Good luck. Good freaking luck with that. This one actually seems to be somewhat clean. So I'm gonna do the matte one. I'm gonna do a kind of an easy look, and then I'm gonna do a brown eyeliner. So I'm gonna do the matte one. It picks up really good. I knew I wasn't gonna have like a dark look, of course, because that's not what this one was giving. I will say, the swatch that they were showing of this matte definitely skewed a lot more dark on the website. So that is something to keep in mind, that it is definitely pretty light peach. With that being said though, I actually don't mind the quality at all. It's actually pretty nice. I think that's pretty good, honestly. Let's do our finger with this one. Finger is a great way of getting maximum opacity with an eyeshadow without using like spray. When you just want to put like a shimmer all over the lid. You know what? That's actually kind of cute. I mean, this is not dramatic makeup, but this is actually really nice. Just an everyday look. Something that was very quick and easy to do. That is not a brown, but still not like offensive enough that you would definitely get away with it in the office. And I don't mind how that looks. It works really good with my green eyes too. I really like that. I'm gonna blend a little bit in the inner corner. I love this together with the peachy blush and this lip color. I'm impressed. The last thing that I have to show you, because I actually didn't buy a mascara because I just recently have bought the new mascara, so I'm gonna use that one, is that I got the automatic eyeliner and I got it in matte brown. And I thought it would work really well together with the colors that I have bought. So I am going to use this in my waterline. And I'm also going to do a little bit of a wing, I think. So I'm going to use this on the outer third of my lower lash line and maybe the outer third of my upper lash line. And then I'm going to use, where did I put it? Here. I'm going to use an EO7 and I'm going to blend it out so it's a little bit smooshed. And I'm going to drag it out a little bit. Ooh, sorry. Just something like that. Isn't that like just easy and cute? I like it. Works really good smudging and moving around with a brush, which is quite honestly, and it worked in my waterline, which is the two ways that I like using a pen, so I approve. Okay, so I'm gonna be using a little bit of Bad Gal Bang because that's the mascara I just rebought because I love it. But this is the eye look right now, and I am actually gonna put on a half lash as well because, listen, we're having date night. I wanna look super, super cute. I wanna put on a half lash, and I love when you're having these kind of looks with like a little bit of a wing with like a pen like this that's smudged. I just think a half lash is so pretty with it. So I am gonna do a half lash and then we can finish this up. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I could not be happier with my date night makeup. Okay, hear me out. I think this look kind of slays. I think it looks really good. Is it dramatic? I mean, it's a little bit dramatic, but mostly the lashes is making it dramatic. But there's something about just, I don't know, I'm not entering my neutral era. Everybody calm down, sit down, that's not happening. That's not happening. But I have really been enjoying it too. I've really been enjoying it as well. And I am excited, like I said, that this is what I'm wearing to date night. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna be wearing this blouse because I bought a pair, everybody calm down, of like cowhide printed knee-high boots. Yes, I think I'll be wearing those. Is that too much for the movies? I mean, I'm toning it down with the eyes so I can wear cow print boots with a stiletto heel. I'm already sensing it's too much. Listen, my husband never thinks I'm too much. That's why we're married. So that's what we're gonna do. I gotta say, I'm enjoying all of this. I didn't like the bronzer. So I have the things here. Didn't like the bronzer. It was gooey, it was sticky, it was emollient and weird and lip balmy. I did not like it at all. The complexion is looking and feeling really beautiful. The under eyes is looking good too. The blush was a very pleasant surprise. I did really like the blush. And I gotta say, for being this kind of like just weird little duo, this little eyeshadow thingy actually really nice. And I could see myself adding this one because I feel like this one and that like all matte 5 pan from Natasha Denona, like the neutral one, those together would be like a really good like duo to travel with, to be able to just add something again if you like doing more like muted neutral looks. And I feel like it would be such an easy one to, like, if you do your makeup on the go, on the train, on the bus, after the gym, I feel like something like this would be really, I mean, I don't hate it at all. Actually, I like it. The lip colors were beautiful. The satin lipstick, I wish it was a little bit more slick. The lip liner, maybe the lip liner will probably be, where is it? Hello? This will probably be the one item that I use the most after. Really like it. Overall, I'm very impressed. I'm pretty impressed. Okay, you were right. You were right. I don't want to say I was wrong, but you were right. I was sleeping on the Ulta own brand. And now I gotta keep my eyes open for what's coming in the future because I gotta say, most of these things kind of impressed me. I will link everything down in the description box if you want to see what I'm like, what I was using, which shade I was using. I will also link it in YouTube shopping in case you prefer clicking through those links. And if you do shop through my links, they are affiliated and I do earn a small commission. And if you do, thank you so much for supporting my channel. And don't forget to subscribe as well before you leave because I do upload quite a lot of makeup videos, all about makeup, all about trying out new makeup, having fun usually with color, or enjoying more subtle looks as well. But I will see you soon in a new video.